So, und damit herzlich willkommen zu The Council, Episode 1, The Mad Ones. So, ich muss mal gucken, wo wir gerade stehen geblieben sind eigentlich. Weiß schon wieder, weil ich in Herburg gespielt habe. Erstes Obergeschoss, da sind wir gerade. Wir sind hier, wir sind in Derichets Zimmer. Okay. Begib dich in den roten Saal im Erdgeschoss. Okay, da wollen wir jetzt hin. So, das hatten wir, glaube ich, alles abgefrühstückt, ne?
Inferno by Dante.
Ja.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Genau.
Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Okay, dann werden wir da mal rein.
If I get a chance, I may have to take a little tour through the rooms of the other guests.
Ja. Okay. Wir müssen ins Erdgeschoss. Ich glaube, da sind wir aber falsch gelaufen. Ja, natürlich. Sind wir natürlich wieder falsch gelaufen. Wir müssen andere Seite, glaube ich. Oh, voll schön, ne? Oder? Was ist das? Ist das... Okay. Das hier? Ah, da putzt jemand die Treppe.
Might be better to take a different stairway.
Warum? Okay, da können wir jetzt nicht hin, weil er da putzt. Auch nicht schlecht. Okay, dann laufen wir halt weiter. Dann sind wir ja flexibel.
That must be the door to the room of the soldier I saw in my vision.
Ist das der hier?
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Monsieur Napoleon. Zwei Knacken. Ich weiß nicht, was dann passiert. Können wir das machen eigentlich? Ach, können wir nicht. Okay. Schade. Und wer wohnt hier?
Monsieur Jacques Perru.
Jacques Perru. Na dann. Nehmen wir mal die Treppe. Haben wir hier noch irgendwas? Irgendwas Schönes? Aha. Halbkreisschlüssel. Und hier? Ja, mal nix. Nur dann. Gehen wir mal runter.
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Is this about last night?
No, that was just a misunderstanding. I'm sure it was a little bit my fault too.
There's no excuse for that man's horrible behavior. You ought to tell Sir Home.
Look, the only thing that I care about is that I've lost something precious. I'm not worried about Jacques Perru. You're her son. Sarah de Richet's son.
Yes, why?
Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
Fragen, warum sie das interessiert.
Speaking frankly, why would you care?
I know your mother very well.
Okay.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you?
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No. I remember her stare, cold as ice. Her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated.
Mhm.
And next you're gonna tell me my mother's also responsible for that scar on your head?
My heart stopped twice during the operation. I lost my memory for 6 months. You obviously have no idea of the abuse your mother inflicted on me.
Wait. There must be some kind of mistake.
My only mistake was ever meeting your mother.
She's able to describe every detail without hesitation or getting flustered.
Okay.
It's becoming difficult not to believe the poor girl.
Look, I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that? There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
Oh Gott, das gleich zu Anfang. Oh Gott, oh Gott, oh Gott, oh Gott.
You're right. I don't want this conversation to turn into an interrogation. You've suffered enough already. I respect your silence. Please excuse me.
Well, thank you.
Oh, sehr schön.
I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they?
Oh Gott. Oh Gott. Ihren Vater, ihre Schwester, ihren Bruder, ihre Mutter?
Your mother, for example.
You mean the woman who left me in the hands of your mother? The woman whose duty it was to give up her life to protect me? I disowned my mother when I turned 13.
I'm sorry, I
Ach,
shouldn't have
Mist.
mentioned her.
Machen wir ihre Schwester? Oder ihren Bruder? Ihren Vater? Ich habe keine Ahnung. Wir nehmen ihre Schwester.
Haven't you got a sister?
Yes.
I'm sure she loves you with all her heart.
She's the only one who cares about me. I would have put an end to it all by now if it weren't for her. Since you insist, I'll tell you how I met your mother.
Thanks for trusting
Oh,
me.
super.
You see, before I was born, my mother often suffered from hallucinations and fits of anger. Soon people could barely recognize her. She became a completely different person. So my father spent an enormous amount of money paying for the best doctors, but none of them were able to cure her.
Okay.
The last resort was to call a priest.
So, is that what your father did?
No. He went to an expert in the occult.
Ah, my mother.
Her reputation already extended beyond our borders. My mother's fits stopped at my birth, and Sarah de Richet concluded that the evil had passed into me. Not only did it encourage her to stay, but she took the opportunity to advise my father to separate me from the rest of my family. That's how I was declared stillborn. My fate was decided that very day.
It would coincide with my mother's frequent trips to America.
I had my first fit when I was 3. That's when your mother began her experiments to rid me of the evil inside.
I understand how you feel, but I know my mother. I'm sure she had her reasons, even if it seems difficult to believe.
Everything she put me through was all for nothing. My whole life was ruined for nothing.
So what brings you here then?
My father used to know Sir Holm. He offered to introduce me to the world's leading authority in the occult.
Lord Mortimer.
He was my last hope. Until I found out he had also invited your mother.
It's got to be a coincidence. I don't believe for a second she's come here for you.
You can't change my mind about this, Louis. My days are numbered, and I know it.
Oh, jetzt kommen sie alle. Sollte ich vielleicht erstmal durch diese Tür gehen? Ja, ich spreche den erstmal an.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
Ne, eigentlich über den Gastgeber.
I would like to speak about your master, Lord Mortimer.
Do please excuse me, sir, but I shall make no comment about my master. Is there anything else that sir would like to know?
Dann nicht. Sind die schon alle da? Nein. Oder? Ah, guck mal da.
Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch. A biography of the great men.
Ich nehme das Buch. Okay, das nehmen wir. Jetzt gucken wir mal, ob wir vielleicht noch irgendwo solche... Hier, Weltkarte. Ich bräuchte mal wieder solche Punkte. Das wäre ganz... vorzüglich. Ah ne, da kann ich wieder gucken. Was? Sammlermünzen, okay. Ah, ich muss jetzt mal wieder reinkommen. Das ist ja... Okay, was können wir jetzt machen? Haben wir da hinten noch irgendwelche Möglichkeiten? Irgendwas zu nehmen? Sind hier vielleicht noch irgendwo Sammlermünzen oder sonst irgendwas? Oh, was war das? Achso, wir können hier das Bild anschauen. Das wollen wir aber gerade nicht machen.
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
Definitiv richtig gut. Das ist schon richtig geil. Das sieht aus, als ob irgendwelche Seelen versuchen, aus dem Reich der Bösen rauszukommen. Wisst ihr, wie das, was ich meine? Richtig, richtig schick. Also die Inszenierung auf jeden Fall. So, da waren wir auch schon. Okay. Wollen wir mal gucken, mal in diesen Raum gucken hier. Ne, können wir nicht rein, schade. Na gut, dann, wenn nichts weiter ist. Dann mal los. Oh.
Dear friends, I
Krass.
bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently and he sends no one to meet me?
And it is remarkable.
Thank you again for the wine, Your Eminence. It is served every day at the king's table.
I am delighted to hear it.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself?
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too, as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, anyway. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
Is the wine to your liking?
Very much so, Sir Gregory.
Ach, so ein Mist, ey. Wir haben,
Typically French.
glaube ich, die falsche Dings ausgesucht am Anfang.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favourite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule, but I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
I made a promise. Now it is done.
Zack.
It's the first time I've ever seen her so moved. Just mentioning that orphanage broke right through Emily's hard shell.
Okay.
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
Okay.
What do you think of Volner?
Many believe he is the real leader of Prussia. A charming man, but with an iron fist and a velvet glove. I also know he's famous for his love of the hunt, in all its forms.
Oh dear. Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
Have you any information on this Napoleon?
He's certainly well connected and in high places.
Surprising. No one appears to know him.
No one knows me, and yet here I am.
Quite so.
Okay.
Monsieur de Richet, it would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please?
Who does not know of her, sir?
Das ist nochmal ein Balkon, wa?
Lord Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis. I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Boah, und das ohne Punkte.
And for that, I have a little question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
Konfrontation, volle Kanne.
Surely such an amount will buy twice as many cannons. Don't try to pull a fast one on me. We're both young, but we are not naive.
Please don't be offended. I just wanted to make sure you knew what you were talking about. And I am reassured. I have one last question I would like to pose to you.
Okay.
We don't know each other yet, you and I. And I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
Okay, um ganz wieder herzustellen. Boah. Ich habe keine Ahnung.
Let the people make their own choices.
You are joking, I hope. The people are simply not capable of taking charge, don't you see? They are an uneducated mob who react on the spur of the moment.
Ah, das war mir klar. Ich glaube, das verkacken wir total. Wieder Einführung der Monarchie. Ich hab keine Punkte mehr, so ein Shit. Komm, bitte, bitte, bitte.
I don't know how to remedy the situation without re-establishing a solid monarchy.
And what would we stand to gain by this?
We've tried a republic, but it is clear that with the situation we're in now, that it's not working. We ought to return to a monarchy.
That makes no sense at all, my friend.
Ja, ich hab's voll verkackt.
Is a privileged caste who have forever built their prestige by crushing and controlling the people. I think there must be a misunderstanding.
What do you mean?
I cannot believe that Lord Mortimer advised me to speak to you. I must have misunderstood. Excuse me, please.
Ach, so ein Mist.
Bravo, Louis. Total fiasco.